It's honestly been a hot minute since I last vlogged, but let's talk about training and life and what I'm doing to train. Also, my chair is very squeaky. I do apologize. So I've been a little MIA on here, I know, but if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been getting back into training, obviously, and things are becoming more normal since I herniated my disc back in February. It feels like it was so long ago when I say that, but honestly, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Like, this has been a much slower journey than any other time I've herniated my disc. When I've herniated my disc in the past, I've been more careful, but like this one has been extremely slow, and I decided that with my physiotherapist. I wanted to take it slow and I really wanted to make sure I was rebuilding properly because I don't want this to keep happening, and especially if it happens more often, maybe I'll have issues down the road, whereas I really want to make sure I'm strengthening everything, because really when it comes to herniating a disc, it's strengthening everything to make sure your spine is moving well, and that is a huge priority of mine. So honestly, I've been taking things really slow, and I actually was approved to start deadlifting recently, which I did that, and I was very proud of myself for being able to do that, because that was like the scariest thing for me, was deadlifting when it came to doing my lifts again. I mean, a clean two, I guess I'm a little nervous about, because it's like a deadlift kind of when you start. Deadlifting was probably the scariest thing for me. It took me a really long time to feel comfortable, maybe confident is the word, when it came to just bending forward and picking something up. Like, there was one point where I had a physiotherapy appointment where she literally would put stuff on the floor. She would just throw things on the floor and make me pick it up so that I felt more comfortable, that I wasn't so scared to just bend over, because I was so scared I was gonna bend over and hurt my back. Like, that's how bad it was. And to be sitting here going, wow, I literally deadlifted today and it felt good. Like, it didn't feel painful, and I can feel confident again, and I can start deadlifting and building back up. Now, I've been kind of in this place where I'm just unsure of what I'm doing with my training. I have fallen in love with running. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I actually ran 9K, which is the longest I've run in years, first of all, because I'm not a big runner, but I've actually fallen in love with running this year, because that was my main form of being able to exercise, really, because I love lifting weights and I love doing that kind of functional fitness stuff. But since I wasn't able to do that, I went to running, and running has helped me quite a bit. And obviously my running has improved, because last time I ran like 9K, I had to run and walk, and this was the first time that I was able to run the thing without stopping, which is huge for me. And after that, like, I also beat my 5K time by 1 minute, so I know that I can definitely improve that a lot more, which I'm really proud of myself for. Same with cycling. I haven't been doing cycling a lot recently, but I do like it. It's a good form of activity. Just that longer cardio, I'm kind of falling back in love with, because I'm in with a different mindset, I guess you can say. Like, when I was doing running and long form cardio, it was kind of like to punish my body, so that if I did long form cardio, it meant I burnt more calories so that I would eventually be skinny. Whereas now it's like a different mindset, where I'm actually just proud of my body, seeing how far I can push it, and seeing like how healthy I can be and how healthy I can be with different forms of exercise. And it's more of just approaching exercise in a healthier way. Like, I obviously started lifting weights and doing functional fitness slash CrossFit, and learning that and seeing that in more of a healthier light when it came to my body. And now being able to incorporate longer runs and longer bike sessions, that it's not just to burn calories and lose weight, it's literally to live in a healthy body and to push my body to see how good I can perform, kind of thing. I don't know if that sounds weird, but that's my mindset. And it's so funny because, like, when I see myself in my 20s, I was working out, but seeing myself now, even though I am technically heavier than I was in my 20s and before having a child, I'm actually fitter than I was back then, which is huge for me. And I'm really proud of myself for actually working through that. Not saying that I'm not here, not losing weight. I have lost weight recently, but it's way better, and I'm way fitter than I was in my 20s, which crazy thing to think about. But yeah, my training's been going good, and I thought I'd bring you guys along with some of the training that I'm doing this week. This is kind of a funky week because we've had holidays, we're going into holidays, which makes things a little difficult. Training has been not super like on top. It's honestly been kind of set on the back burner. I've also been doing a lot of flower, I wouldn't call it farming, gardening, I guess. I feel weird saying farming. I'm trying to grow cut flowers. If you don't follow me on Marsh McKenzie Farms, you can. I'm trying to do like a farm stand and flower bouquets this year. I really want to grow my flower bouquet, like do more flower bouquets, because I think that's just so beautiful and I want to share it with everyone. And I actually had my first farm stand this past weekend, which was great. Everyone loved it. People bought bouquets, people bought goodies. I'm really proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone and trying something different. So I've really been busy with that. Honestly, it's been taking up a lot of time. I built my own farm stand. Okay, no, 80% of my farm stand I built by myself. David did help me with the roof and stuff, and I'm actually going to be building a second one, maybe. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. But that has been taking up like a lot of my time, so it's been really hard when it comes to training and going to the gym, and also like just finding time. However, that being said, I have been able to fit in more long distance running when it comes to that. So that being said, I want to share with you guys more of my training and kind of what my training looks like in the summer. Summer can be great for training. It's actually just feels more freeing. However, it's not always like fun to go to the gym if you have like so many other obligations, because summer can be a very busy time for most of us, especially when your kids are on like summer break. So let's see what tomorrow brings us. Good morning. It is not bright and early actually. It's 9 o'clock. I can't get my shirt off. I've dropped Cove off at daycare, and today I've decided I'm gonna run because I was planning on actually running tomorrow, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow and I don't feel like running in the rain. So today we are going for a run. However, my legs are very, very sore. I did wall balls and lunges mixed with some ski erg yesterday, and that exploded my quads, and my quads are very, very sore. So this is not ideal for running, but this is like the one time that I can run, and I haven't really had a chance to do long distance because it's been so hot this week. We've had a huge heat wave. That being said, this is like, I feel like the perfect opportunity to run. Oh, I gotta hook these up. Anyways, perfect opportunity to run. So that's what we're gonna do. So the goal today is 5 kilometers. I'll see. It just really depends on how my legs are feeling. I think I'll be okay to run 5 kilometers. I'll see if I can push more, might do less. Like, I'm not gonna put a definite distance on. I'm just gonna do what I can do today, and that is really just the goal. All right, I'm gonna go warm up and go for a run. Let's see how it goes. I forgot to film kilometer 2, but I'm at kilometer 3.5. Whew. 6.5 done. Okay, I have a little running partner, although he's gonna run ahead of me, but we're gonna do another run today because it's a very nice day. Legs are still a little sore, honestly. It's been lasting days, but they'll recover soon. And yeah, we're gonna head out and go for a run. We'll see what it goes. I'm just going in with no plan, see how I feel, and go from there. Holy crap. So I actually finished 10K after running, and this was the first time I finished 10K, I think ever. Well, I did 9K before, which I told you guys about, but I pushed myself on that day and did 10K, which I am literally so proud about, because my goal this year was to just run a 5K without stopping, and I managed to do that. I actually ticked that off pretty quickly, and that, even my 5K, I managed to shave off like 2 to 3 minutes. Like now, like even last week, I shaved off another minute of my 5K time, which I'm actually really proud of myself about. And I'm actually starting to be able to increase my stride, which feels good. I guess that's the benefit of me getting injured, is that I've stepped away from weights and started doing more running, which is something that's not in my comfort zone. Weights are my comfort zone because that is what I feel comfortable doing, and that's where I really excel in. And running's not my biggest excel in, or my best, I'm trying to find the words, like my best area when it comes to fitness, but I really do enjoy it, and it's almost like it's meditative sometimes. And to see myself excelling, or not excelling, but getting better in it is really rewarding. And completing 10K was just like huge for me. Like I said, I just wanted to complete 5K without stopping and walking. And I did that. So then I was like, okay, eventually I have to push for the 10K. And I just kind of like kept it on the back burner. I did 9K and I was proud of myself. And then this came up and David was there with me, and he actually like waited for me at like the halfway point, and then he ran back with me, which was really, really nice. Honestly, we kind of kept each other going. Not that he needed it, but it was just nice to have someone with me doing it to kind of really not push me hard, but just be there to be supportive. And I'm happy that it is something I was able to take off this year. And I guess now I need to put on 15K, try 15K without stopping. I can record while charging. My camera just died. Editing me jumping in here. This camera, man, I'm still learning it, and I do apologize. Although, is it really a hot mess express video without me screwing up several times? Like, I feel like my life is always so hectic. I mean, whose life isn't hectic? Anyways, I'm learning this camera, and this camera, like, there's no noise to tell me that it's recording like my old camera. This one has like a red box, and when it's like, sunny outside, that red box is really hard to see. Apparently, I thought I recorded a clip before this, but I didn't. So it kind of randomly jumps. I do apologize for that, but I'm talking about back extensions and using my new back extension machine. So I hope you guys understand that, because of course I didn't record the clip before because I was not careful. I just need to be a little bit more careful when it comes to working with this camera. As I was saying before, this bad guy here is a back extension piece of equipment that I bought to work on my back extensions, because I learned that back extensions is actually super important for keeping your back healthy. I learned this from Brandon Backstrom on TikTok. He has a lot of good information if you're struggling with your back. Highly recommend him. So I've been using this, especially some days, like I'm not working out in here very often. And so sometimes some random days after my workout, I'll come home and do my back extensions if I have time. If not, I kind of randomly fit it in here and there, but I try and do it as consistent as possible. So I just did a little bit of a warm up on the bike, doing some mobility as I just warm my body up. Mobility is huge for me. I really spend a long time and a good chunk of my workout working on my mobility. I always have, but it's important because I just need to be like a well-oiled machine kind of thing. And it's funny because last time I was at the gym, there was a girl who came in who's been working out. She's about the same age as me, and she just came in and did a full CrossFit workout, did a couple accessory and left. She didn't even warm up or anything. I'm very jealous. Whereas me, I really gotta warm up, make sure my back's warmed up and all that jazz. So I'd say my training isn't perfect for sure. I'm at this like kind of weird in-between space where I'm not ready for going into programming yet. Not that I was doing intense programming, but I'm just not ready to go into programming. Also, if you hear something, it's just my music playing. I do apologize. So I'm not ready to go into full programming. However, I am like kind of still sticking with a lot of my physio work and stuff like that, but also moving into weightlifting and things like that. So right now I'm just doing my own programming. I know how to do my own programming. I've done it before. And that's where I'm just kind of sticking when it comes to my programming. And unfortunately today I don't have like a lot of space like I typically would in the gym. So we are going to be focusing on back because I'm here. I'm going to be doing my back extensions. I don't have room to do squats, so I'm going to be doing actually deadlifting today. And I'll probably do like a quick little workout with the bike maybe, and maybe do some accessory work, whatever I can kind of fit in and bring you guys along with. But that's kind of the plan today, and that's how I'm kind of going with my training right now. Okay, so we got the barbell all ready to go. I'm actually gonna start with deadlifts just because I haven't had a lot of chance to practice deadlifts, and I don't want to go into deadlifts with a weak back because I do want to do my back extensions. But I think that if I do those first, I feel like my back's just a little too weak for that, and I'm not used to my deadlifts yet. Whereas eventually I do want to work on kind of putting my back in a little bit more of a tired, fatigued position before going into deadlifts, but that's down the road. So I'm doing 85 pounds. I'm only doing 5 reps. I'm not overdoing it because I've only done this a handful of times, and I really want to make sure I'm comfortable. So I'm going to do between 3 to 5 sets. I'll see how 3 sets goes and then kind of build from there. So fun fact about me is that I get injured a lot. I don't think I've actually mentioned this. Also, I have a ball right here if you're wondering what I'm leaning on. I don't think I've mentioned this at all because it's still kind of new and under investigation, I guess is the best word. We don't really, I think we figured it out what it is. It's a bit of an odd injury. Last year when I was biking, when I started cycling, I should say, I actually had an issue with the back of my knee, which is really odd because most of the time, it wasn't even the back of my knee. It was just like behind my knee. And most of the time you get injuries not there when you're cycling, but I did. I rested it over the winter, never had an issue over the winter. And then as I started cycling again, it would randomly come back. It didn't matter which path I did, if I would do the same path, it kind of came back. Saw my physio about it, of course, and we're suspecting it's a hamstring injury. We weren't sure if it was a ligament or a hamstring. We're focusing more on a hamstring. Seems like there's an issue with too much pushing and overstraining it. So we're going and working on strengthening it. And this is one of the exercises that I have to do, which is on the medicine ball. I'll show you guys obviously. And it's almost like a glute bridge, but rolling. I don't know what the name of it is, but that's why I'm doing this exercise. I also don't have much time to do a full workout, so I'm just doing some basic work today because I am running out of time. We got our medicine ball and we're gonna do this kind of hamstring work. This is also just really good for my back as well, so it's like a 2-for-1 kind of deal. Okay, we are on the bike and I'm gonna finish off with about 15 minutes I think I'll do, and then stretch, and that is my workout for today. About a 45-minute workout. Quick, easy one today because that's all I had time for, but I'm glad I got something in. Good morning. Wow, I look like a drowned rat because it is literally pouring rain outside and I had to bring my son to daycare. So today we are at the gym. I don't know how much footage I can film because it just depends how busy it is, because I don't like getting people in the background of my videos as much as possible, obviously. But today we're gonna go in and probably do some upper. I'm looking to do some strict press and some jerks. That's kind of the main focus of what I'm looking at right now, and just some upper body work. So let's go in, get things done, and hopefully I don't get soaking wet trying to get across the parking lot into the gym. Gym is all done. I honestly, my hair is soaking wet. When I went into the gym, it was pouring so much that I was drenched by the time I walked across the driveway, or not the driveway, the parking lot of the gym. And okay, wait, there's a worm crawling up my garage door. Can you guys see that? It is huge. It's just crawling up. Look at him go. Anyways, so super humid in the gym. My hair is just drenched. Like I'm drenched completely through. Oops, I forgot to stop my watch. I tend to do that very often where I'll get home and I was like, wow, I never stopped my watch. Nice. Anyways, workout's done. It wasn't too bad. I didn't get a lot of footage because technically it is a holiday here. It's Canada Day technically, but not everyone has like Canada Day off because your employer can decide where they can put Canada Day. So some people have it off on the 1st, but because it landed on a Tuesday, it's super awkward. So I know a lot of employers like moved it to Monday, but around like 9:30, 9:45, it really started to like pick up. I'm not like bashing on anyone because I've done this too in the past, but not that it's bad, it's just something that's normal. Anyways, when it's like a holiday or like even summer break, you get like the not regulars coming in, and like I feel like with the regulars you kind of know your own space kind of thing, but when the other people come in, or not the other people, like I've come in too on like holidays, not on my regular time, you kind of get in each other's space. Oh no, the worm just fell off. Sorry. That being said, there was a guy like when I was doing jerks directly behind me. He had all the space and he went directly behind me. I don't know why people do that. Really honestly makes me wonder, like he had tons of space, but he went directly behind me. Anyways, I'm just gonna let it go. I've had that happen many times and I hate it. I really don't like it when someone gets really close, especially when you're doing Olympic lifting. Mind you, I was just doing jerks, but I'm stepping backwards. Like it can be kind of dangerous if you're there. Like I had to wait for him to like move or finish his set before I could even go in, which is fine, but like there was tons of space. Like I've had times where I've snatched and people would walk right like directly in front of the bar path, and it's like you have no idea where that bar is gonna fall, so like maybe give someone space. Like I don't know, personal space isn't a thing for some people, maybe, I don't know. And then it was just like a lot of people, I just couldn't like film too much because I was just gonna get too many people in my background, in the background, because it just picked up so much. Everyone came in and I was like, okay, this is a lot, because I even finished my workout with some bicep curls and some around the worlds like this with the dumbbells. Wow, that's great. Anyways, yeah, so I did finish off with that, but I couldn't film it because that room that I kind of hang out in, that area, that kind of, it's like a functional fitness room. That room I like because I'm able to do my functional fitness, but it really did crowd up. And I know a lot of people, okay, just jumping on here really quick. I'm trying to not sound rude, because some people sound rude when they're like, I like my space in the gym, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I like my space in the gym, but it's because like I'm anxious and I like my little corner in the gym, and I try and stay out of everyone's way so that I'm not doing too much. And I do take up some space, of course. Like if I'm gonna do an Olympic lift or something, that's normal. We're allowed our space. I think just like, you know, spaces tend to clash when you're not in your normal routine. Like that guy who was behind me, that might have been his normal routine in his normal spot, but because he doesn't usually come at that time, like our routines kind of clashed. Anyways, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound mean or upset or anything like that. It just is what it is. And yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to explain. I'm over explaining something that is honestly not that deep. Hello, I finished my workout and it went okay. I did squats, obviously, as you saw, mostly lower stuff. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling my back right now. The squats, it's a normal weight for me. I'm having like a little bit of back pain because I am getting close to my period. So when I get close to my period, I start to have more back pain. So I usually lay off the weights as much as possible, or go very light, which obviously 105 is still pretty light for me, even though I'm just squatting again. I don't know, I'm like a little frustrated, I guess, right now. I'm trying to like talk myself down because I'm frustrated. See, this is the problem, is that I start to have more pain when I get close to my period with my back, because there's, you know, inflammation going on, and when it's about to come. I mean, I usually get it like a week before my period. So I know my period's coming when I start to feel back pain or nerve pain in my back. And then it's like, because my period's coming, I'm feeling more emotional and frustrated with myself. So it's like those two things, back pain and frustration, kind of clash a little bit. And it's really hard for me to feel patient with myself during this time, because it's like frustrating that like feel comfortable in the gym. The gym is my happy place, and to not feel comfortable is really hard. And I just want to feel comfortable. I want to feel good. I want to be able to move freely. And sometimes I see people in the gym just moving freely, going to the workouts and doing what they want to do or whatever, their program, and they can move comfortably. Whereas myself, I'm like, I have to like limit myself so much. And I'm just feeling, I guess, frustrated, jealous of people kind of, because I just feel so limited in what I can do. Like, I'm happy with what I can do. I'm grateful with what I can do. I really am, but I'm also wishing that I could do more or feel just less scared in the gym, because as soon as I start feeling my back pain now, it's like a full panic. Like before, I knew like if I had some back pain, it would make me scared and nervous, but now I like go into a full-blown panic. Like at the gym, like when I was doing my back squats, I had to calm myself down because I felt like I was about to go into a full-blown panic about my back because it was starting to hurt. And I was like, no, Nicole, your period's coming. You know it's coming. It's all fine. You're fine. You can walk, you can move, you're fine. I was able to do back squats, front squats for the first time today too, which felt good. I mean, I kept it all super light. And it's funny because front squats, I actually am way more comfortable with my back than doing back squats. So I don't know. It is what it is. And I need to just not be frustrated with myself, I guess, is the main thing. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling because I'm just gonna sit here and tell you guys how frustrated I am with myself. But I know that if a lot of you guys have dealt with chronic pain, back pain, that kind of stuff, pain in general, it can be exhausting and it can be super frustrating, and it can also be scary if you keep triggering injuries. And myself, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get really scared and panicky. And today was one of those days. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And don't forget to be unstoppable. This shirt, I'm wearing my shirt. Yeah, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drinking out.